All right, let's start the road trip. Today we're on a journey inside this beautiful Zeekr 7X, heading from Zeekr HQ in Hangzhou to a city you might not have heard of called Quzhou. And that's the site of where some of Zeekr's most important innovation is taking place. We have rare, exclusive access to go inside Zeekr's research and manufacturing battery facilities. For that reason, this episode is all about Zeekr's self-developed battery and charging technology. So let's drill down on why Zeekr, unlike almost any other car company, decided to build in-house its own battery and charging technology. There's a really simple explanation for that. It's how impactful that is to the overall EV user experience. It's something that really shapes things like how far you can travel and how confident you can feel on your overall journey.
Range anxiety is definitely one of the key considerations for those that haven't made the switch to electric cars and don't really know about charging infrastructure. The type of range that Zeekr's batteries, as well as all the other batteries that are available across the range, definitely gives that confidence to owners that, hey, we can travel quite a long distance without having to recharge. And that does give them enough confidence to say, hey, I can sort of ditch my ICE vehicle and switch to an electric car. I think the people that have really captured by this vehicle, a lot of them have already got electric vehicles and they're looking for something better, technologically advanced, and coming up with the 7X having the golden battery that is going to be the fastest charging battery in any vehicle in Australia. It's incredible, and that's what's drawing them to that car, hence the 2,000 plus pre-orders so far.
Confidence is formed when we can give our users exactly what they want and need when it comes to fast charging speeds, incredible battery range, and access to an expansive charging network. So Zeekr, we think we can do a better job than anyone at this, so why not bring that innovation in-house and build a brand new battery ecosystem ourselves? We're almost at the factory, so see you guys there. Welcome to Quzhou. This is the home of Zeekr's battery R&D and manufacturing facilities. It's one of the most advanced in the world, and it's where the 7X's golden brick battery is produced. Looking behind me, you might be able to see this place is huge. It stretches on for over a kilometer, and there's over 500,000 batteries produced here every single year. Let's head in and check it out. Okay, we're now on the factory floor, and this is what the golden brick battery looks like on the inside. It's obvious why we chose the name based on its color, right? There's many sophisticated steps that go into making this, and it's all happening here. The very first step in the battery production process is creating what's known as the material slurry. So the golden brick battery, it's an LFP. So it mainly consists of lithium, ion, and phosphate. And that is spread evenly across foil, and those sheets form what are known as the electrodes, which are the core that go into the battery. Electrodes are the building blocks of battery cells, and every single battery pack consists of many different battery cells all having to work together. And in order to do that, they physically have to be connected by welding. In the next station, we're going to see how precise this process is at this factory. In order to maximize the accuracy of the welding, it's actually performed by lasers in this room you see behind me. Once that welding is done, it goes to a quality check. The quality check involves advanced camera systems that actually leverage machine learning in order to always detect and identify those potential problems that can arise. That's exactly what this screen behind me shows. It's the outcomes of that entire inspection process. Now, you'll actually notice each and every battery cell actually has its own QR code. The reason for that is we can track the battery cell across its entire life cycle. That's what we call Smart MES. Now that the battery cells have been created, inspected, and combined together by welding, we then proceed to build the full battery pack. And for that to happen requires assembly. And here, the entire assembly process is fully automated. So we go from cell to block, block to unit and unit to module, which is then starting to look like the full battery. The batteries are then loaded and transported off the factory floor in mega-sized AGVs, just like you see right here, that can actually handle the weight of this heavy battery. One final thing I want to talk about is safety, which is of course super important when it comes to battery technology. And by manufacturing in-house, Zeekr can control testing and the overall safety process. And one example of that is we subject every single battery to over 200 safety tests, well beyond the industry standard. And actually also, when it comes to collision testing, we do 50G tests as opposed to the industry standard, which is just 20G. Take it from me, we put these batteries through all kinds of abuse, like being crushed under an 80-ton excavator or being subject to 240 seconds of flame resistance. One final thing, we even shoot it with a 7.62 millimeter rifle, not your average safety tests. That's it for the factory. I really hope you enjoyed having a closer look at everything happening here. We're gonna head back to our Zeekr 7X and test in the real world Zeekr's charging technology as well. We're now back in our Zeekr 7X. We've left the battery factory in Quzhou and we're heading back to Hangzhou now. Before we head in for the day, I want to give it a full charge. And right now I'm going to show you how fast, convenient, and easy it is to charge with our expansive Zeekr Power charging network. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the car to find me a nearby Zeekr Power charging station. Hi Eva. 找一个附近的 Zeekr 充电站。 So what I just did was I asked it to find me one of the nearest charging stations with Zeekr Power, and I noticed there's many choices actually, and there's one within about 2 kilometers from us. So that's where we're gonna head to now. We'll see you there. All right, we've arrived at the Zeekr Power charging station. This is one of many located all over Hangzhou. This one conveniently located on our way back from the factory in Quzhou. There's over 8,400 Zeekr Power charging piles located all around China, part of an expansive, accessible network we're giving to our users. We've seen many cars here come and go already, a Zeekr 001, a 009, and we're about to charge our Zeekr 7X, which is capable of 5.5C charging and has an 800-volt architecture. So let's charge it up. We started charging from around 10% battery life, and it's telling us that it's going to take 17 minutes to charge fully. We're going to do up to about 90%, which should take around 12 or 13 minutes, I suspect. After the initial speed ramp up, we're managing charging speeds of well over 400 kilowatt hours, up to 450 on 700 volts. Truly insane, right? All right, that's it for this video. Now you know everything there is to know about Zeekr's groundbreaking advancements in EV charging and battery technology. See you in the next video.